All right. So again, a very warm welcome. Looking forward to this conversation dialogue today, but let me first very quickly set the ground for this dialogue. Uh, Starting with leadership at humanity, we are a set of humans. A lot of us are right now on your screen. We are committed to bring back or reignite humanity in leadership. That's our purpose, that's what drives us, and that's what guides our actions, our initiatives, our programs. LEH Dialogue, which is the platform where we are connected today, is one of our most critical initiatives. Why do I say that? I think we all need inspiration to be the kind of human or kind of person we want to be in our lives. We create these conversations or dialogues to invite those humans who have the courage to challenge adversity, step forward, write their own destiny, and create a road or a map for us to follow. We've been bringing guests. I know that Shireen is also on call. Hello, Shireen. She was our guest in the last dialogue. We have so many humans who have come on this platform and left their mark with their life stories, giving us a reason to believe that we all can be like them. So today, we have a very special guest. As I said, I'm probably more excited than any of the dialogues we have had so far. With my, deep gratitude, I want to welcome our guest. Her name is Karishma Kannan. So Karishma has achieved in her life more than what we can do probably in our lifetimes. She has touched many lives across the world. I met Karishma when she was probably about 10 years old in Chennai for the first time. And since then, I've been tracking her progress, her growth, and her impact on people around her and across the world. She's a dancer, she's a painter, she's a keynote speaker, and nothing less than speaking in the UN General Assembly in Geneva. She's a representative or a voice of thousands of people across the world. But most important, she's a spreader of joy. Every conversation, every interaction with Karishma leaves you with a lot of smiles, a lot of happiness, and a lot of joy. Karishma was diagnosed with Down syndrome at a very early age, but then supported by her beautiful family, who are also friends, Kanan, Kalpana, and Kajal, she decided to write her own destiny and follow her own aspirations to create the impact she's able to create. Today, we are going to unfold Karishma's story in front of our audience and get inspired and see and look at the possibilities, what we can do in our own lives. So, I want to start with a short video we are going to play, which will basically capture the life journey of Karishma. So, Irish, let's play the video.
This is the story of grit, determination, challenges, transitions, accomplishments, and inspirations. This is the story of Karishma Kannan. Born as a preterm baby in 1991 in Chennai, India, Karishma Kannan received infant stimulation from her caring family, and she gradually responded to early intervention from Matru Mandir during the first couple of years of her life. Growing up, she attended Montessori school where she developed social skills and early milestones. Karishma started showing keen interest in theatre arts and classical dance forms, and so she pursued her skills in this field. She also served as an ambassador in NGOs felicitating celebrities at events. In 2008, Karishma moved to Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam with her family. Her parents and her siblings worked towards converting every transition into a better opportunity for Karishma. Soon she learned to paint and developed the skills under the inspiring guidance of her art teacher, Miss Cindy Beaumont. Karishma's journey from weakness to strength as a contributing member of the society began in 2011. Karishma as an artist has sold more than 160 paintings through her exhibitions and auctions, raising funds more than 130,000 US dollars. Her donations have supported 4 infant heart surgeries, three premature babies, and provided financial support to special schools in Vietnam and India. Karishma's work has been recognized and appreciated in India and internationally. Her paintings find a place of pride in some homes of art lovers in the US, Europe, Australia, Dubai, Asia, and of course India. Upon returning to India from Vietnam, Karishma has fulfilled her lifelong dream of starting a studio and a recreation center called Studio 21 Up. Her mission is to create a holistic and inclusive space for people with Down syndrome to learn, grow, share, and enjoy the life as independent young adults. Karishma was recognized at World Down Syndrome Congress in 2014 and again in 2018 for her outstanding achievements. Karishma was invited by the Asia Pacific Down Syndrome Federation to speak at the UN Geneva on the occasion of World Down Syndrome Day 2019. Karishma also received the Karnataka Women Achievers Award in 2019 and she walked the ramp as a showstopper. In early 2020, Karishma participated in India's largest fashion show for persons with disability organized by the Asman Foundation and graced the ramp again. She is now passionate about mountaineering. In 2023, Karishma completed the Beginners Mountaineering Training Program in Kathmandu with the HAAT Academy, Nepal. She recently walked one of the world's highest motorable pass in Ladakh, the Changla Pass, 18,688 feet. Her parents are supporting her in this initiative. Karishma continues to inspire one and all.
Fabulous. So now it's my sheer delight to invite Karishma, who is with us today with her parents, Kalpana and Kannan, to support her in the conversation today, to share her story in her own words before we get into our conversation. So over to you, Karishma.
Karishma.
Kalpana, you're
You're, you're on mute. You're on mute.
Are you audible now?
yes, you are.
So yes, Karish. Hi, I'm Karishma Kannan. I am self-advocate, nature lover, artist, model, um, speaker at UN Geneva, and ambassador for Down syndrome. My studio, I have my own studio. I call it Studio 21 Up. In my studio, I love to paint and dance. I teach yoga and Zumba. I organize camp with my friends. We learn life skills to be independent. I help babies with heart problems. I help to support life. Life is so beautiful. My family. I love my happy family. My father, my mother, my sister, and me. My family support me always. My family is my strength. So I know I am very strong. My sister, a lawyer in Australia. She is my role model. My family is so close to my heart. My world, my challenges. Like everybody, I also have my challenges. Today I am very nervous to speak. I cannot read and write very fast. I'm slow. I am different, but same thing. I love to have lot of friends. I love you all so much. Do you love me? My hobbies. My hobbies swimming, bowling, traveling many countries. My new passion is mountaineering. I climb to base camp one day. I like I love nature walks. My dreams. I have big dreams. My studio is my dreams. In my studio, all are included and included. We learn to dance, paint, cook, and work together. I want the whole world to be like my studio. My dream is to make her happy and leave no one behind. My mistakes. Believe in yourself. I can, you can, you all can. See my ability. Don't see this disability. Thank you.
Karishma, thank you so much. This was a truly inspiring story. And as I said, I cannot wait to get into our conversation. So next, we are going to have a dialogue with Karishma and her parents. In the meantime, I request to the audience, if you have any questions for Karishma, Kalpana, or Kanan, bring those up in the dialogue box. So we'll make sure that we call you out and request you to ask the question, or we can rephrase it for you. But this is our opportunity to get to know Karishma's story. And Karishma, which, by the way, in Hindi is the word miracle. She's a true miracle. So this is our
Yes.
opportunity to unfold this beautiful miracle today. So feel free to put your questions in the dialog box. All right, Karishma, thank you once again. It was so nice. Your video was great and your introduction was so impressive. I have my first question for you. Are you ready for that?
Yes.
Okay. What makes you happy every day?
My family make me happy, and I see outside sunrise, sun come up, and bird singing, and my family inspires me every day.
Fabulous. So nice. Well, I just want to add that our inspiration is around us. We don't need to really look for beyond or far away. So your inspiration is next to you. My next question, Karishma, for you. What do you like more, painting or dance?
I I choose both. I
Both.
like to paint 3 days in my studio. I come back home, I dance every day.
Fabulous, fabulous.
So she's an artist and she likes both. She likes to paint as well as she likes to dance.
Hmm.
So
Good.
you can do so many things at the same time, right? If you have the inclination. That's so nice. Next question. So much energy. You're so energized every time I see you. So where do you get your energy from?
First, I learned to work out with my fitness coach, Jilly Michael.
Oh, okay.
Jillian
Morning routine.
Michaels, yeah. She's a fitness coach
Okay.
and she
Fabulous.
gives videos through which she learns and practices. Yeah.
Hmm.
And
And I like to change whole world, make people happy, be independent, and
but your energy, where do you get your energy from is the question. So, fitness coach gives you do all the fitness workouts.
hmm,
For your inner energy, do you do anything?
Yes, I do yoga, meditation. I like to do uh, breathing exercise. I do.
Breathing it. Awesome. Awesome.
Mhm.
So you mentioned about making the world happy or bring more
Yes.
joy. Tell me more about that.
Mm, I think be positive,
Uh,
and I like to make her happy.
Fabulous. I wish all of us could think like you, Karishma. Be
Yes.
positive. Two things, very important things you just said. Be positive and make the world happy. I think
Yes.
the lot of problems of this world will go away if everybody starts to think like you. So well said. So let me see if there are other questions. Otherwise, I'm going to jump into some questions for Kalpana and Kanan. Karishma, thank you so much. And you, yeah, I would like to say you have a free pass. You can jump in, cut anybody, put your point of view, share with us. We are here to listen to your voice. But I'll have some questions for for the family now, for Karishma, for Kalpana, and for Kanan. So my first question is, Kalpana and Kanan, where do you get, yeah, or tell me your happiest or proudest moment as a parent to Karishma? So maybe I'll start with you, Kalpana.
Yes. To be very honest, I would say right now, this very moment, it's a proud moment. It's a privilege to be able to share her story and coming out, with all the positivity from herself. So I say this because with a lot of humbleness and gratitude, because there was a time when we had anxieties, whether and we were anxious moments, whether she'll be able to talk, whether she'll be able to walk. So when she was born and when we knew about her condition, there were delayed milestones, and it's been a journey from there on. So today, what we see her, I mean, we just saw the video with so much. She's an accomplished person, but it's been a journey from weakness to strength. So today, where she is, and if she's able to inspire, that's the happiest moment. Of course, I would not miss out this opportunity. You said that she spoke at the United Nations, and yes, she did not speak just for herself. She
Yes.
was also speaking for the community, Down syndrome community at large. So these are the very, very proud moments as a mother, as a family, of course.
Fabulous. Thank you, Kalpana. Kanan, I'll ask you the same question. Your proudest moment.
Yeah, yeah. Plus one to whatever Kalpana said. But I think there are several happy moments, and I don't know from where she comes up with a few message or few words that she speaks. Suddenly, she comes out and speaks. But then I think there are several moments in our life where we are sometimes stuck. We don't know what to do, right? And then we feel that we have reached some kind of a roadblock. Besides the fact that we are gifted with several mentors who have come along the way and guided us, I think Karishma herself has been the guiding force. And whenever we are stuck with something, and then Karishma comes up with some ideas or some thoughts, that puts a smile in my face. And then say, it sounds so simple. Why didn't I ever think about it? And I just want to share a little bit of a anecdote or a story with the team here. It was way back while we were in Vietnam, and both the children were in the teenage, and Kajol was just finishing school and deciding whether to go overseas to study. That was a very important decision in our life for herself and for the entire family. Not sure whether that is a right decision. So those days, because we were away from India, we had a small ritual every Sunday, and we called it the family mastermind. So we used to sit around the table every Sunday morning and discuss everything: joy, sorrow, say good things about people, say not very good things about, the parents, whatever be it. So that was a time and a little bit of meditation and all that. So this subject came up every week during the family mastermind, but no solution. And honestly, I must confess that all the days we did not ask Karishma what she thought about it. We were thinking, what value can she add? That's what's going on in our mind. But one Sunday, after he listening to us several weeks, one Sunday she put up her hand and she said, "Can I say something?" We were surprised. What is she going to say? And she said only this much. She said, "This is Kajol's life. This is her career. Let her go. Life must go on." What more happiness, what more inspiration do one need? And that's when I realized that these are small joys of life
Yeah.
that we need to celebrate. And since then both the daughters are away, and they are doing their own good things in their life, they are contributing members. We are so happy and so proud of both of them.
Fabulous. What an inspirational story, Kalpana Kannan. Yeah, I have no words, by the way, to add on to that. I can see there's so many nice, beautiful comments here in the dialogue box from so many people. Karishma, people are loving your story. They're so happy to see what you have been able to do. And I'm going to read one comment here because it's from a very close friend and personal inspiration for me and our last guest, Shireen. So this is what Shireen is saying. So in your presentation, Karishma, you said I am slow. So Shireen is saying, I wish I am slow as you are, Karishma, as you described, and do all what you were able to achieve. I wish if I can accomplish even half of what you did. I never had a chance to save a person's life, never got the time to experience my hobbies and discover my talent. Your family and people around you are so lucky to have you. So this is coming from someone who's herself an inspiration. She's based in Cairo. She was our last guest. So big compliment to you. And there are so many other beautiful comments which are here in the dialogue box. I'm going to take a question before I have my list of questions. I'm going to take a question from Clarice, who's joining us from France, and again, a very good friend of mine. So Clarice is asking today, what is your dream? Discover another country, discover another, sorry, discover another art. What would that be? Would you like to go, Karishma, to another country or learn something new?
Okay, I will. I like to travel many countries. I
You
like
will like
go to global citizen place.
new places, different
Yes,
places? Oh,
yes, yes. I like.
okay, very good. Fabulous. Okay, my next question, again for Kalpana, you and Kanan. So, as parents, what keeps you going? Kanan shared a very inspirational story, but from a physical and emotional energy, what keeps you going to support and give her the dreams and the power to chase those dreams as parents? So, maybe Kanan, I start with you, and then I'll go to Kalpana.
All right. Uh, it is not always easy, and I can keep talking about all that we do on a regular basis. But then I think we believe that the very purpose of our life today, we can look back and say the very purpose of our life is that Karishma is our daughter, and she's the gift. So therefore, I think that defines everything else that we do. That's number one. And of course, we also realize that as parents we have our responsibility to be there and be available for Karishma, so which means that we have to take care of ourselves. And we see that it is a responsibility we are fulfilling, not just for Karishma, so that if we can be healthy, we can be mentally, physically healthy, we can also be there to provide for her. Honestly, there are several questions that we have not yet found answers, and we are finding it as we go along. But I think we keep our what would I say, head, heart, and soul open, so that we can keep uh, finding the new path. She shows us the way every time. So that keeps our emotional and spiritual energy going. Besides that, we also have our guru, our life coach, who has been with us at several moments of time. We are gifted with mentors who have shown us the path, who have guided us, whether it is physical fitness, whether it is mental fitness, whether it is spiritual fitness. So a combination of all this, I don't think there is one particular path or one particular thing that keeps us going as parents, but a combination of all this and Karishma as an icing on the cake, kind of everything comes together.
Fabulous. Great. Thanks, Kanan.
Hey,
Kalpan,
can I add something here, Atul?
please.
So what happens for me, I see as Karishma gives me opportunities, a second chance in learning everything. So whenever she is learning something new, I also get an opportunity to learn along with her. So it's been a journey of mutual learning and growing. So it could be anything, right? From simple things like even when we went to Vietnam and when we moved to Vietnam for want of appropriate schooling and all that, we were exploring many options for her. And she was uprooted from a known, friendly, comfortable zone and, in totally new place. So the school was not happening because of language constraints. And so we explored so many things. And while exploring all that, we realized that that was giving us an opportunity to learn along with her. And we become better bowlers and we become better swimmers along with her. That is what is happening. So fitness is her mantra. She starts her day with her exercises and everything. So even if we are feeling a little under weather, we join her because she is that spirit, who brings all that life into every day. So that is one thing I would like to say. And yeah, even recently she did a stage program, a dance program along with a group in India and in Bangalore. So I was part of that group as well because they did not have a special group as such for the neurodiverse people. So it was for typical people, the
Yes.
neurotypical people. And I said, okay, let me join. And then both of us, we could learn together and we performed. And it was one of the most joyful experience, I would say.
Fabulous. Wow, that's amazing, Kanan and Kalpana. So I'm going to read one more comment because they are so inspiring. Just looking at the dialogue box, full of great comments, great compliments, Karishma, to you. So there is a comment from Rosalind Wong who says, "You are a gift from God, Karishma." She says, "We love your positivity." It's just amazing how you're touching lives in very short moment. We just started this conversation like 30 minutes back, and you're already inspiring people around you. So I'm going to ask a couple of folks who sent us questions. So we did ask our audience in advance of the conversation to share their questions with us. So, Shweta, I know you had a question. Maybe you can come off mute and ask your question. So, Shweta Kalapa.
Yeah, I wanted to ask Karishma, like, what really inspires her to like keep going with her art, right? She's so like she's able to manage so many different things. So, what really inspires her?
Fabulous.
So what inspires you to keep painting, Karishma? That's the question. Oh, for me, inspired by my favorite nature, lot of nature.
Nature.
Nature inspires you. But when you paint more, what happens with all those paintings? What happens? What do you do with all those paintings? I play with them. No, what do you do with the paintings? Once the painting is ready, what we do with all the paintings? You have exhibitions? Yes, of course. I raise funds. You raise funds. Exhibitions. My father, my mother, my sister support me, so I raise funds. And what do we do with those funds? Fund is give more life and support lot of people like us. Council group have heart problems and some issues, some heart problems. Support them. So I
So does that inspire you to paint more?
paint more.
Right.
Fabulous. Fabulous. Great, great responses, Karishma. Shweta, thanks. It was a great question. Um, I have one more question from the audience before I go forward with my list. So Shalini has a question for you. Shalini, you can come off mute and ask your question.
Sure. Uh, Karishma, in your video, you shared that your sister is your role model, right?
Yes.
Would you mind sharing, apart from her, who else would be a role model for you, apart from your sister?
Mhm. I have a lot of cousins, so really close to me, my heart. So much same my role model, my everything. I give the responsible, and I want to share to Kajal feeling for me and my father, my mother, and my sister Kajal. Of course, me, because they are for family. So I like to be free, be happy, move on in life. Always gonna be sad, be emotions. Have to believe yourself. Have to have lot of joys and make people happy.
Lovely. Thank you for sharing. I think
Awesome.
you made me smile and made me happy. So thanks for that.
Thank you. Thanks,
Well,
Shalini, for the question and great response as always. You are so much fun, Karishma. To talk to you is so much fun.
Yes.
Okay. Next, there is a question. Amita, you want to come off mute and ask your question?
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity. Hi, Karishma, and hi, Kalpana,
hi.
and hi. Um, really,
Hello.
Karishma, first, my just a very brief message to you. Thank you so much for the positivity you exude. As many people on this webcast have already said to you, you have an ability to bring a smile to our faces. So thank you so much for that. My question to Kalpana and to Kannan is, what is it that you would like to see people like me do more of to contribute to the amazing work that both of you have done, not only with your daughter, but but for other children and other people who have had Down syndrome and supported them. What change would you like to see come about? And in actual doable actions.
Yeah. Can I say something here, Kannan?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Currently what we do is I graduated out of my alma mater, from where I graduated as a counselor several years ago. I go back there, and Karishma and myself, we give presentation, we address the students who are coming there to become counselors. So they learn from Karishma. She's live there, and she's presenting her story. And so that's an inspiration, that's awareness building. There is always this misconception that, we focus so much on what our children can't, whereas we try to bring to the forefront what they can. We focus on their ability and try to bring in that awareness. So we go to various schools where we have exchange programs, exchange in the sense exchange of ideas. So the young minds become aware of inclusivity and how to include the neurodivers into the, it need not be into the mainstream, but at least in certain activities where it is possible, and where they are happy and they learn. So things like this, I as a parent, I see that there is an opportunity for, a lot of people to come together and probably, bring this kind of awareness in whatever forum, wherever you're working, your workplace or anywhere. I mean, sure, Anita.
Sure.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kalpana. Kannan, would you like to
And
add to that?
yeah, yeah. Thank you for asking that question, Amita. And I know where is your question coming from? Because I've known you for some time now. So thank you for asking that question. I think as somebody like you have a lot of potential and you have a lot of depth of experience that you can bring and share with the rest of the world. Uh, I think some of these things, they're not very big things that we do. It actually starts in the smallest of things that we come across, that we experience on a day-to-day basis. So I think we can start from the family, we can start from our neighborhood, the society, the extended family. I think that's a great place to start. And this is something that Karishma has taught us, because when Karishma was born, we did not know anything about this. How, what would this mean? How would she be accepted in this family, in the society? But she taught us that if the family is beginning to accept her, and then I think the rest of the things will flow. So it is important for us to start from the most closest inner circle that we have. That's my little bit of advice.
Thank you. Thank you, Kannan.
Fabulous. Great dialogue. But at this moment, I'd like to welcome Kajal, who's just joined the conversation. Hi, Kajal.
Hello.
Good to have you on this dialogue. We are loving the conversation with Karishma. You want to ask a question to Karishma? Let me ask you, Kajal.
Yes.
So, what is your question for Karishma?
Hi.
Hey.
I'm just looking forward to hear what she has to say today. I know she's been very excited about this event.
Yes.
She's been talking about it for some time now.
Fabulous. Great. Well, thanks very much. I know it's very late for you to join today. We really
That's okay.
appreciate that. Cool. I'm going to go now to my kind of Anuj and team member, Anuj Chadda, who has a question for Karishma. Anuj, you can go off mute and ask your question.
Thanks, Atu. Hi, Karishma. First of all, so lovely to see you. And you know what I love about you is your beautiful smile. I think everyone's commenting on it, and it's so lovely. There you go. Thank you for lighting all of us up. And you know, bringing that love out through your smile is so beautiful. Thank you. So, Karishma, my question for you is, what is the naughtiest thing you have done, ever done? And what do you do for fun? Okay.
The naughtiest thing.
Naughties. My naughties. Pull my sister legs.
How do
Was
you
that
do
last?
that? How do you pull your
Yes.
sister's legs?
Okay. You pull your sister's legs. Huh? Yes, you do that. What did you do? How do you pull her legs?
It is a lot. She's fighting something in the TV remote. I want to see my Saturday Sunday show. And she like movies, something, go for shopping. But I choose to pause and off her TV and go with my sister for shopping.
Oh,
And I
lovely.
thought is go for shopping for some jewels, rings.
Mm.
So, what do you want to share the story about this ring?
Yeah,
You can.
long story.
Tell us, tell
Long
us.
story.
Say, what happened?
Kajal bought for me rings.
So, okay, the since both the sisters are living in two different continents, and therefore, they have we meet once in a year. So once in a year, Kajol comes over home, and once in a year we visit her to. I mean, we go to Australia and spend some time with her. And so last time, I mean, there was a long gap because of pandemic. And then when they met again, they felt that, they had to do something about it. So they exchanged rings. They bought themselves each other similar rings and they exchanged. And she's wearing Kajol's ring and Kajol is wearing Karishma's ring. And that's how, though so far away, yet so near, that kind of, even today, before she started this interview, Karishma did this to her ring and said, okay, Kajal is here, because Kajal joined in a bit late. So she feels her presence, and this is their little games that they play with each other.
And my mom give me a second ring. This
Fabulous.
ring my mom give me.
Awesome. So you got, Karishma, you got two rings and Kajal got just one. That's not
Yeah.
fair. That's unfair.
But what I do, I choose one ring.
Okay.
This
Can
ring
I
will
just
be for
add to that question?
Yes.
So the
give to
question
Kajal.
was, what's the naughtiest thing she's done? Of course, I've got multitude of examples over the years, but more than that, I think it's just her mischievous nature and her playful nature, and she always knows the perfect time to bring that out. Doesn't matter what situation we're in, the most stressful situations, she pulls out her playful side and diffuses the whole thing. And that has, as a family, has gotten us through so many tough times.
Fabulous. Kajal, do you remember from your childhood some naughty stuff which Karishma did?
Oh gosh, so we would fight for the TV remote. She's
Okay.
mentioned that. Um, quite vicious fights. I'd want to watch the Powerpuff Girls or something, and she would want to watch something else, Star Plus maybe. um, and then we'd fight for. She likes to have the window seat. When we're flying, so she will beat everyone else. She'll plan ahead of us, so she makes it there before me. What else? We would play games in the car. We would, mom and dad and all of us, we would take long road trips quite often, between Chennai and Bangalore as kids. So we were bored sitting in the car, but we would create our own fun. We'd come up with our own car games and make up our own characters and, imaginary people and all that. So another thing she would do is, I remember she'd take my notebooks, school notebooks, and I'd be looking for them because I'd have some assignment due and I can't find them anywhere. And we eventually find it in one of her drawers, and I open the book and she's done all these drawings on all the pages.
And off late, as she's growing up, and she's seeking friendship outside, and she has imaginary boyfriends, and she's very naughty about them. She decides who her boyfriend would be, and she would decide when to break up.
Oh,
So she will break up with someone, she will break up with a third person, and then she'll say, it's okay, I'm going to look for somebody else now. So her own way of keeping herself engaged with, those kinds of adulthood experiences. And we let her do it because, that brings her joy, and she knows where to draw the line. She doesn't cross the boundaries, right? So as parents, I think this is one thing that we have also learned over a period of time, that there is no point in building barriers. And as special children, they have their own mind. They need their way to express themselves. And it doesn't matter because we also do it in our own way. Why can't they do it? So we let her uh, play those pranks and have those mock breakup parties and all of that. So that's her recent adult naughtiness that she demonstrates.
Amazing. Great. Okay, my next question is for Kalpana and Kanan, both of you. How do you take care of yourself as you support Karishma to chase her own dreams? What do you do to make sure that you are physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually in a good place to support her well?
So, yeah, I would like to say we need to be aware that age factor is definitely something which is inevitable. And we are the sandwich generation. So we have the children on one side and we have the parents on the other. So we need to, all the more we have to be responsible towards ourselves so that, we can be there as long as we can. And So yeah, we do indulge in things where which it's a family activity, but it is also fitness. So consciously we do things where we are able to take care of our body and mind. So we have this meditation sessions where we do affirmations and visualizations, and it all started in a fun way, and now it has caught on so well that it's become part of a way of life for us. We also invite friends for such settings. And studio is not just a place for her to, just go and paint, but we also have these kind of recreation things where all of us, it's art therapy and socializing place and things like that. So we are quite mindful of how, as much as possible, whenever the time permits, we bring in some kind of a routine and a structure so that these things are taken care. But there are moments when we just let loose because holidays are indisciplined holidays. We give that time. That's where all this mischief and all this fun factor is catching on. And yeah, it's been like that. We definitely miss the family. Now it's become I mean, K3, Kannan, Kalpana, Karishma holidays are more frequent. And with Kajol, it is just once in a year now. So that we are missing. But yeah, so it is a very rounded approach that we are consciously working towards. But having said that, I think there is still so much that can be done. And always that feeling will be there that it's not enough. We need to do more.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well said,
Of
Kalpana.
late,
Kannan?
of late, I think I echo what Kalpana has said. Also, of late, we have been feeling that how do we prepare ourselves for an eventuality after us? And that's been bothering us quite a bit. But having said that, we have mixed emotions around it. We have done our best in terms of ring fencing for the future. But then I think we realize that our spiritual side of it takes over and tells us that, you do your best and leave the rest to God and whatever happens. And if God has given Karishma to you, he will also find a way to ensure that everything is falling in place. So these are some beliefs that we carry along with all the physical aspects of being well, keeping ourselves in good health and mental, physical well-being.
Fabulous. Thanks very much. I will take probably another question from our audience. So we have questions from Ajay Pai. Ajay, are you on the call? If you are, you can come off mute and bring up your question.
Yeah, I think I had asked a question as to what is it that inspires you, Karishma, and what do you dream of?
My dream is, let's say,
What is your dream?
my dream is
Say, it's okay. You have personal dreams. You can share about that. It's okay. It's okay. Your dream is what? About your future?
future safe. My dream is I meet my family. I love my family, but I like to move on. It's okay. My personal dream is find a good partner, my family, and of course my partner is Kajol, my father, and my mother.
Okay.
And I like to be me and Kajol we play a different game, detective games in my dreams. We play something different from game. We play every day detective games. This one
So you
from my
dream
dream.
of being with your sister. So you miss her, that means.
Yes.
All right.
Be a strong, battle crime. So, uh,
Fabulous.
Karen is a lawyer too. I'm a self-advocate. My father is life coach. And this time, my mother is counselor. I'm a self-advocate. Um, in my future, I want to be a detective.
Hmm.
Wow, that's
Okay.
very smart. You're giving me ideas,
I'm
Krish. Being a
I'm
detective.
learning from her. I don't define her and confine her to anything. So as long as she's artist, she's this, she's that, and she's dreaming for more. And there can always be more.
That's beautiful.
Fabulous, fabulous. Okay, I mean, I have so many thoughts and ideas, but I know we are probably heading towards conclusion of this conversation. Such an engaging dialogue with you, Karishma. I have probably one last question. I have some questions coming up in the dialogue box, but I'll take the liberty of asking the question, Kanan, to you and Kalpana. So, her story is the story of grit, perseverance, challenging what is not in your control, but doing the things which help you to keep moving forward and stay optimistic. As much as it is the story of Karishma, it's the story of Kalpana, Kajal, and Kanan. So, any message you want to leave for people who are dealing with something which they don't control? There are a lot of things which happen around us in our lives which we don't control. But the choice, how we want to react to those situations, is always with us. Any message you want to leave for people who may get inspired with how to make the right choices to react or respond to those situations which are out of our control? So, anyone, maybe Kajal, I'll start with you. How about that?
Right, that's a really good question. Um, I think my parents have always inculcated um, listening to your inner voice, and I've always grown up with, um, being in tune with myself and my upbringing, and I have that the fundamental core of who I am and the values that I've been brought up with that I can lean back on, and it's helped me through really tough times. It's also for me being my age. The more you put yourself through difficult situations, the more confidence you get in knowing that you can get out of another difficult situation. So it's having the confidence in yourself, having a core belief system that you can fall back on, and having important mentors in your life that you can go to, because humility is huge when you're in, everyone goes through difficult situations, but having the awareness that you might not know everything in that moment and that you need a support system, and it's in situations like that, it's really important to have mentors that you can bounce ideas off of. At the end of the day, the decision, and this is something my parents have always taught me, the decision is yours. So whatever decision you make, you have to take responsibility for it, but it's important to have a support system. It's important to have a belief system, people that you can go to with questions, and having the humility that you might not know everything. Yeah, so that would be my answer to that question.
Such a beautiful answer. Thank you so much, Kajal. Let me ask the same question, Kalpana. What is your advice to people who have to respond to situations they don't control?
Expect the unexpected is always been the way, right? So I have experienced that, it's better to keep the mind open and um, maneuver the life according to how the things are opening up, how respond to life the way the life is guiding you. So, like I have plan A, but suppose life is not happening there, but it's happening somewhere else. But I'm stuck here, and because that is my preconceived view about how the life should be. But whereas life is like this. So if I don't move from this point to that point, I'm going to be miserable, or I'm going to ask for more. It's challenging. It's not, there's no life then. So I have to move on. Karishma's mantra always move on in life. So that it started with Kajol leaving for her studies when she went abroad. So when she left home. So that's one thing. We have to be with life and move on with life. And I don't want to, by I've learned over the years now that by defining something or having a preconceived idea and being stuck there, I would rather move with how the life is unfolding and take on all those surprises and enjoy, because you may have some plan, but he has better plans for you. And time and again, I have experienced that when I allow myself to just take a back seat and let the life happen, it is opening up much more doors for us. And yeah, it's making a big difference to all four of us.
Fabulous, fabulous. Kannan, anything you want to add?
No, I think well said, both Kajal and Kalpana. That's also been the way I looked at it. Every experience is a learning, and that's the only way we grow. And the only thing is that we need to learn from those experiences and move on and go to the next branch so that we can have a better view of our life. That's about it.
Fabulous. All right. Well, we would like this to go on, but I think we are at the end of the hour. Karishma, thank you so much. It was so much fun to have you as a guest in our conversation. You inspired me, you inspired our team in LEH, and you inspired so many other people. And
Yes,
this,
but
yes,
My Kefa, she would like to show her favorite painting.
it's me, long hair,
okay.
and my sister Kajol. Behind me is my father, my mother, and my two daughters.
This
So,
is you
my,
painted
my
this.
That's one of her favorite painting, because it is for all the four of us under one umbrella, and she has titled it Under One Umbrella.
for family.
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much. Amazing and so inspirational, Karishma. And I can't wait to hear more stories, more successes, more adventures which you have, planned for your life. And thanks for touching so many lives today, and which you will continue to touch. Thank you again, Karishma Kannan, Kajal, and Kalpana, for your
Thank
time,
you.
for working with us, by the way, all throughout this month or so to get this dialogue going today. I mean, there's so many beautiful comments coming in the dialogue box. I'll make sure, Karishma, I'll share these with you so you will get to see what people are talking about. Just having this 1 hour of the gift of time which you gave us today. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Atul, and thank you, the LEH team. I think you have truly elevated our experience, all that we have had so far. So thank you, participants, for being here and listening to a story. And we look forward to sharing our experience so that more people can be inspired. Thank you so much.
So thanks everyone for joining the session. We get inspired, and I can tell you my personal inspiration across all the stuff we do in LEH comes from these dialogues, from the stories, what we heard today from Krishma. We appreciate you taking time out joining us. Irish, if you could bring up the next dialogue slide. We will have our next dialogue coming up with Sibylle Shulu. Yes. She's based in South Africa. Again, another compelling story to be unfolded. So we look forward to seeing you in that dialogue. Thank you so much. Please sign up for the next conversation. And thanks again for joining.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much, everyone, for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.